so far. Let's go over to the 5th hole and welcome in Tom Abbott.
Thank you, Cara. And this is Andrea Lee. And you can see when you don't drive it far enough up their page, the ball can run back down that slope, and then you have a blind second shot.
It's remarkable the way that they've not moved a lot of earth when they built this golf course. They've left a lot of these natural dunes in place, but certainly for shorter hitters like this, it makes it difficult.
Karen Stupple's out watching this group this morning for us.
No, it's got a long way in, 194 to the hole. But anything about 175 ought to do it. Got to play to the right of that front bunker, though.
Yeah,
just like that.
What a shot that is from back there. And Andrea Lee will have a putt to get to 5 under par within 1 of the lead. Remember, she went really well in this championship last year as we go over to 10.
And find Youmin Hwang. She's just 1 back of the lead right now. You can see 5 under for the championship. She's 2 under par on her day after opening with a round of 69 yesterday.
This hole all uphill, so plays a little bit longer than the actual yardage.
Good shot.
Getting some help.
No, the actual yardage of the 10th hole today is 418 yards, so around as we get you back out to the golf course and join Karen Stupples again at the 5th.
And this is a good look at birdie here for Andrea, given the length of second shot that she had to hit into this green. This putt is downhill, it's going to move to the left. And where she's standing is going to feel like it's going to break more than what it will actually do, because she's on a slope near the back of the green.
Oh, good line. Oh, it just stayed out there.
It was trying. It was looking at it.
Really looking like it was going to go in, and a bit of work to do for Andrea for the par.
Well, made less than 40 feet of putts at Erin Hills yesterday, so just needs a few more of those to drop, because as Paige has spoken to, she's striking it well. Up at 10, this is Hwang for birdie to tie the lead.
Didn't come off that mound much, so this will have some speed moving from her left to right.
And apologies, not to tie the lead. Saigo at 7 under now, so that was to get 1 back. She's sent it a few feet past the hole, so 5 holes, and Mal Saigo has another opportunity. Back to Hwang at 10. This is stay 2 back.
Well done.
His 20th work anniversary here in June. What a wonderful job he's done this week. Andrea Lee away at 6.
And this green has been so difficult for players to hit. The first portion of it is a bit of a false front. That's where she landed into, didn't get the skip forward to that back hole look up that ridge.
Oh, we'll come back for that birdie putt in a moment, but first to 11.
Hwang's second shot on the way. Getting in into the right portion of the green. Got into the field here because she's inside the top.
We're up to the 6th. We showed you Andrea Lee's shot into this par 3. The hole is cut further back today.
It's a great look. This back half of the green slopes away from the player, so this putt actually downhill to this flag. It's been one of the most difficult holes on the golf course.
Here's the 22-year-old from South Korea, Hwang for birdie. Get it to 6 under par within 1 of the lead. Careful, don't go too far by. A little bit of work left.
To 11.
Now Hwang for the par.
It's only had 1 bogey on the card all week long. Keeps it that way.
It's really good golf here to keep the mistakes away on this golf course.
It's an incredibly difficult scrambling golf course because of these pitched up greens.
This is Yoon on the tee at 13. One of the par 3s on the layout here at Erin Hills. And they've pushed the tee back here today. Good performance from Yoon, playing 180 yards.
It was a great shot in today.
Here and there is a good example of that.
Now at 13, this is Yoon for birdie. To get to 2 under, and she does. cruises it in. It's going to be very interesting to see how the conditions change from this morning to this afternoon, if that threat of weather does come in. But let's go to 7 and find Andrea Lee.
Has a shot of 110 yards, but does play 5 yards uphill. Will be into the wind. So it's a little 9-iron, like a 125-yard shot for Andrea with that 9-iron.
Pretty good. She's left herself below the hole. It's very difficult to judge that depth.
Over par as we go to 7.
Well, Karen Stupples is watching Andrea Lee.
Really had a good feel for these greens today. Not really surprising. Andrea doesn't hit the ball huge amounts of distance, so has to really maneuver and plot her way around the golf course. Having a strong putting game is going to be key for her if she wants to continue her position on this leaderboard. And this is a good opportunity. It's going to move a little to the right, and it's uphill.
Almost. She was right there last year, don't forget. Andrea was tied for the lead through 54 holes at Lancaster Country Club, but then struggled with a 75 on Sunday. Ultimately finished tied 3rd at last year's US Women's Open. And she's putting herself right in the mix again. 3 off of the lead right now. And bogey free today, most incredibly. 3 under after open. Let's go to 12, and this was earlier Youmin Hwang with her 3rd. Oh, up high.
Not a lot of ways to attack that. Missing short-sided on these down slopes. Green sloping away.
So she ended up missing that par putt. And looking ultimately now to save bogey. And she does. So she drops back to 4 under, and that opens up a 3-stroke lead at the top of the leaderboard. Mao Saigo sitting comfortably.
3rd shot for Jenny Shin. This is straight downhill.
And that will be what she was looking to do. Beautiful.
How good is this? How good is this? Jenny Shin. Players practice that, and then when they need to put it into tournament play, you can pull off a shot like that. That's wonderful. Look at this page.
Well, it's just good judgment. You see how much she gripped down on the club, trying to take some of the power out of the club head just to get the ball to pop out and let gravity take over.
Let's go to 13, and this is Youmin Hwang on the tee at the par 3. They're on that back tee box today. They're on the front portion yesterday. And if that climbs up the slope.
This is the 2nd shot at the 8th for Andrea Lee. And she looks like she's hit it left off the tee. This is very awkward.
And dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, she was left, and that's in the bunker. This hole's playing a lot easier today than it did yesterday. She was... What happens here?
Off a severe upslope, the challenge is getting your weight onto the left side. Appears that as she was doing that, tweaked something. Long hole, and certainly longer if you don't hit the fairways blind, both off the tee and into the green.
This is in a Yoon for a birdie at the 14th. Yeah, gets it to 3 under par. Player who's had success in Korea, now playing over on the LPGA Tour. Now Andrea Lee out of the bunker at the 8th.
All things considered, not a terrible leave.
Andrea Lee bogey free to this point.
Okay, have to do a little bit more work with the putter, but again, given her position off of the tee.
Here at the US Women's Open. To 13, Hwang to climb out of that big group tied for 2nd. Can't get that one to go, so she'll stay at 4 under. You can see Yan has posted the 69.
Said she wants to get to the top spot in the world, be the world #1. She's playing like it right now. Andrea Lee for par at 8.
And back uphill, Tom, in between a little valley here of the slopes.
Oof.
That would have been a really good save, because where she was off the tee was particularly nasty.
Yeah, she's a very accurate driver of the golf ball, but doesn't have a tremendous amount of length. So when she misses fairways.
Michael Patterson will head to the second. Excuse me, the 15th. This is Yoon with her approach.
We see some nice approaches into this green. Just quite a bit of movement around the hole for her upcoming putt.
The work by the USGA. Wonderful organization, governing body of our game and host of this great championship. As we head out to one of the most treacherous holes on this golf course page. I feel like I say that about a lot of them, but here's Andrea Lee at 9.
Got to be careful downwind as well. It's a short hole, but the green has...
Yeah, we go to 15.
And find Yoon for birdie to join that big group at 4 under.
There's a lot of players have been fooled by this hole location.
Okay, to 9. Karen, what's Andrea Lee got at this tricky hole?
Well, the ball has managed to sit down, has quite a bit of grass behind it. It's going to have to try and get clean contact, but that was just so much grass there, Paige.
It has been one of the more difficult holes of scrambling. If you miss this green, it's highly penalizing, which is why it's one of the more difficult holes. It's not a difficult hole necessarily for the...
And bunker's really a theme here at Erin Hills. Let's go to 14.
Eagle putt here for Hwang to get to 6 under par if it goes in. Great effort there. So that's going to be a birdie. She'll move into second on her own.
We've seen scores get a little bit more difficult as we've moved into the afternoon, about a half a shot so far higher than earlier this morning, as we expect continued winds to pick up.
To 9, Karen, this is what Andrea Lee's left with for par. Can she recover?
Yeah, I just missed that green left. Thick lie, disappointing way to finish her day.
So she said right now, that's where she goes. We go to 15. Good look at the approach into this par 4 with Hwang.
Ideal position here to leave an uphill putt just right of the hole. That's not what she wants to do. That has to be careful.
Oh, goodness. And that is the challenge at Erin Hills. You have to get it on the right portion of these greens.
You really truly have to know the green light, red light flags, where to leave it, where to miss it, the long.
Okay, back to 15. We just showed you Hwang's approach, roll all the way back down this hill, and Karen Stupples has now joined this group.
Well, she's lucky that she's found a good lie in the fairway. There are a number of divots around where her ball is finished. Still doesn't make this an easy shot, though.
핀이 몇이에요? 앞에서 17. 그러면 37, 47. 우측 뒤에 다 맞으면 다 내려오거든요.
Oh, wow, speaking her native
55까지.
tongue, the
괜찮아.
22-year-old from South Korea.
There's a couple of victories on the KLPGA Tour.
과감하게 쳐요.
Karen, this is the second most difficult hole to scramble on. The field has only gotten up and down 30% of the time on a missed green.
왼쪽으로 흘러들어와.
Well, I think, Paige, because the contours of the green, you really have to pick a target and really stick to it, even though you can't see that target. It's playing golf by numbers. And typically when you're playing short shots, you rely on so much creativity and feel. And she fatted that.
Oh, you know, she's 5 for 6 scrambling this week. She's going to have her work cut out here now at the 15th. Not a member of the LPGA this year. She is ranked 46th, though, on the...
In your strike.
Over at 15. This is Hwang trying to get up and down and save par, but this is a big ask. And one she nearly converted.
Minimize the damage there, though, with a very nice lag putt. Bogeys will happen.
Yeah, that's part of the mindset you need.
Victory at the US Women's Open. Let's go to 16.
And find Hwang on the tee at the par 3. Now 4 back. Oh, look at that.
What a bounce back. What a nice recovery from the bogey in the previous hole.
Now to 16. Remember, Hwang hit it in close just to tidy up the birdie. Yep, so she gets back to 5 under. Now within 3. Up to 17.
And this is you at the second shot, and Karen Stupples is out there.
Found herself on a really nice upslope, Tom, so can use that downwind to help this ball. Just pitched into the upslope at the front.
Oh, I don't want to run off that front. It's going to run all the way down the hill. Hyun-Jo Yoo, I watched her in the practice round. She was hitting thunderstorms coming through, and players will just have to play in the elements, and that's what happens if you play a game outside, isn't it? Hwang now with the second at 17.
Unfortunate bounce to get her to in that collection area. It's going to be a tricky putt from there.
Over to the 17th, and Hwang for birdie.
This is that putt I was talking about, going to be uphill then downhill. You can see the shade of the green kind of gives that part of it away. This picking up speed.
And so she'll have work to do to stay at 5 under par.
It's up in the booth tomorrow.
Hwang now for par. Yeah, just moved more than she thought, so she's going to fall back to 4 under par, and we'll have Korda and Tambellini tied for second, chasing Mao Saigo here in the second round of the 80th US Women, battling away in tough conditions, having grown up north of the border.
As we go to 18, and this is Ina Yoon trying to come home with another circle on the card. It's a good pace. Should be able to save the par right there.
One of only 2 players to reach the green stayed on the putting surface today, so a nice 2-putt birdie on this par 5.
So she gets in at 3 under, 5 back of the lead that has been set. As we go back to 18, this is Hwang coming home after a good day of golf so far.
Oh, that was a huge mistake. This was going to be a 3-shot par 5. You find yourself in the fairway bunker, just get it back in play. That was a massive mistake.
What'd you put that down to, Paige? Too aggressive?
Perhaps. Looks like she had a pretty lofted club. Perhaps just caught it a groove low, but at that point you can take a wedge and hit it like a bunker shot back to the fairway if you have any doubt whatsoever.
At 18, Karen, we've got another attempt to save par.
Yeah, found herself in the greenside bunker and took it out to here. As Tom was saying, very talented player, and sometimes this is the first chance we get to really see these players from that primarily play on the KLPGA Tour.
And that'll be a bogey for her. She'll drop to even par. Hyun-Jo Yoo. But probably a relief to get in as you sense the changing weather out there. Can you give us an update, Karen, on the conditions?
It's
no errors in her game. We'll see where she stands at the end of the second round today. Now here's Hwang at 18. Remember, we showed you her hiccup in the bunker, eventually got out with her 3rd, so now this her 4th. The 18th hole, playing 542 yards today.
Needs to stay up there. Yeah, it's going to come back. A difficult hole location, very much protected by that false front in front of it. Of course, you see the danger behind the green, as we saw with Tambellini.
Over at 18, some of the morning waves still coming home. This is where Hwang's 4th shot ended up.
It's going to be slow up this hill. Still not in. Again, in that fairway bunker off the tee cost her dearly.